Kia ora, welcome to the first lecture that I'm giving on the oral traditions and the migration traditions of our ancestors and how they got to New Zealand on the canoes. Is the lecture for the 16th of March 2011, and what I want to do here is make sure you're carrying out this lecture properly and that you're set up well. So first of all, what you need to do is stop this video and download either the PowerPoint, the PDF, or the Keynote. Okay? Now after that, come back to this and I'll go through the pages. So this video is for, the clip is for the first 5 pages of the PowerPoint presentation, Keynote presentation. I want to keep them small so that the download's not too large for you. So the second page, I simply go through the readings. Margaret Aurbell wrote a stunning book called Hawaiki, A New Approach. The other one is David Simmons, who wrote his magnus opus, which is called The Great New Zealand Myth. The next one, right down, so miss out Percy Smith, the next one down the bottom is MPK Sorensen's, Keith Sorensen's book, Māori Origins and Migrations. Don't worry if you haven't got the books. If you can get them, fine, but don't panic. Go to slide 3. What I've got here is I've got the 2 or 3 key readings that you'll need. The first is a reading that I've downloaded from the Journal of the Polynesian Society. If you look beneath Keith Sorensen's article, I've got it there. So Keith Sorensen wrote an article called The Wents of the Māori in the Journal of the Polynesian Society that's online. And to that end, I've given you the website. Okay? The next article is an article by Margaret Aurbell, who wrote an article called The Religious Significance of the Migration Traditions. And again, that's in the Journal of the Polynesian Society. Go online and have a look. You need to go through the Journal of the Polynesian Society. It's an absolutely wonderful resource. They're short articles on Māori, Pacific history. And again, you've got David Simmons there, The Great New Zealand Myth. I'll try to find either a review or an article and stick it online. But go through the Journal of the Polynesian Society and try to find reviews of The Great New Zealand Myth. As soon as I can get my books out of the office, I'll scan them and place the first 5 chapters online. Don't panic, the first 5 chapters are quite small. So there's 3 things you'll need to know. The 2 critical readings are online. It's by MPK Sorensen, The Wents of the Māori, and Margaret Aurbell. Now, your tutorial readings are important because they also have statements from Percy Smith and others. So your tutorial clip will go on soon, and work through that because use that as a textbook as well. All right? Page 4. What you need to know. The oral traditions for this lecture are the traditions passed down word of mouth from elder to grandchild, to the grandchild as they grow to their grandchild. So the word perfect traditions passed down through chants and songs, proverbs, what have you, over the generations. They generally say Māori came to New Zealand on canoes. Not all tribes claim they came on canoes. My tribe and the East Coast tribes claim they came here on the back of the whale, hence the tradition, the whale rider. Some tribes say they flew here on the back of the bird, others came on a feather. Don't worry about that, we're worried, just generally accept that most tribes came on a canoe. The next point is each tribe have their canoes. There are more than 7 canoes, there are quite a few canoes. Most people say there's 7, or the Orthodox literature said there were 7 canoes. But there's many, many canoes among tribal traditions. The tribes say overall that they came from a place called Hawaiki. So when you see Hawaiki, that's the homeland that Māori claim they are from. Now Hawaii's never been located, although there's variations of the name throughout the Pacific. Hawaii is a good example. Savaii. But you get the names right throughout the Pacific and variations of these names through there. Māori most likely came from the Marquesas Eastern Polynesia, probably Marquesas and Tahiti. The place names there are virtually reduplicated in New Zealand, and our language is tightly connected to those people. Okay, so this is the video for clips 1, 2, 3, 4, and I'll see you back with the next video clip.